So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to find a perfect niche for your print-on-demand business so you can be successful at it. Hey, how's it going? My name is Martinez. I have sold over $200,000 in royalties with print-on-demand, probably more than that, but I have been doing this for over 4 years full-time and having a lot of success with this. My favorite thing to do is research. Okay, I love research. I enjoy doing it. It's one of my most favorite things to do in this world, right? So with confidence, I'm able to show you guys my tactics and my techniques and help you with your business and be successful with it. And you can find niches anywhere nowadays. Okay, you can literally be on any of the print-on-demand sites, like Amazon.com. You can be on Redbubble, you can be on Etsy, you can even go on Google, you can even go on social media. Social media is one of the most powerful ways to find new trends and stuff like that too. So they're obviously all in front of our faces, like when we're doing our daily stuff. And even when you go to the store, right? Any of these big box stores have shirts hung up and like right there in front of you. Okay, there is a new niche idea right there. But how do you go about picking a niche that you may like or a customer may like that they would purchase, right? And this is why I'm creating this video to show you guys. All right, one of the best ways to select a niche is through a Merchant Informer, right? As you can see right here, coming in here to movers and shakers, right? This is basically going to give you an idea. Just leaving it blank like this is basically checking the daily. So the daily, you can do weekly, monthly, and all this information. You can go through all this, but for the sake of this video, I can come in here and see, okay, what niche right now has a demand so I can just start designing for it. Can't hear, I'm gaming right now. And one of the most important things too, guys, is checking for trademarks. Always double check for trademarks as you dive into new niches. So for example, look at this, King of Naps, right? People are just something like that right now, right? People are enjoying taking naps. So like sleeping, right? That's what they're kind of getting, naps, sleeping, you get the point. But a shirt like this is making sales. Okay, so a lot of people, you don't have to overthink this. This is very, very simple, very, very easy. Something like this, a shirt design like this can make a sale once a week, right? Now what happens when you have 20, 30, 40 shirts doing that? Now it kind of builds up some consistency with your sales volume on any of these platforms, right? It doesn't matter where you're selling your products at, right? It can be Etsy, it can be Amazon, it can be Redbubble, it can be any of these print-on-demand platforms, right? Wherever there is a customer, you just give them what they want and they'll make a purchase. But looking at this right here, it tells you a ton of information. Okay, you're gonna see a ghost right here dressed up as a nurse, right? You're seeing a drone flying over the moon. Nope, not today. Like this simple stuff like this, anybody can do this to find a niche, right? Also, what I recommend too is kind of dive into a niche that you know personally, because if you know all the new sayings in that niche, it makes it easier for you to make sales because you're creating less competition for yourself. What a lot of people are doing, right, is doing the research and seeing that there's a funny saying in a niche and they're just, changing the layout of the design and calling it their own, right? And that's okay, right? But if there's 500 people doing it, right, that's going to create more competition for you. But you just have to get an understanding of what the people want and give it to them, right? So very, very simple, but you can see how powerful this tool is. But just by looking in here and looking at it, it tells you the BSR. So when it's made a sell already, then when it drops down right here, it's made another sell. And when it comes up right here, it's made another sell. So it's a consistent seller right here, right? You can look at some of the keywords and you can literally just click on something like this. It will bring it over here on Amazon and you get the listing, the complete listing of it over here. Okay, which is pretty cool. Okay, so it's to kind of keep all that clutter. Like if you're designing for a certain product and like a computer pops up or something like that, or a laptop pops up and you're not searching for that, but it's popping up on the Amazon, you can just come over here and use the merch research and it just shows you for that product, right? And you can obviously come over here and you can change the product if you're designing for a sweatshirt, long sleeve shirt, hoodie, pop socket, v-neck. You get the point, right? And then there's different marketplaces too right here. So as I come down here, I'm looking at stuff like, what can I do? What niches are in a demand right now? And what can I create in the niche and be the best and be different from everyone else? Okay, so that's the idea of looking at this. And then there's just a repeat, like a rinse and repeat process after that. Okay, so don't overthink it. It's freaking easy as I'm showing you right here. All right, the next way to do it is going to be Google Trends, right? Google Trends is a pretty cool way to do research. It's if you can get ahead of something that is trending on Google and create a design for it, it's pretty amazing, because then you can rank. Like, let's say if you're using Etsy or Amazon, you can literally rank on Google, right? And then have your product over like on Etsy or Amazon or Redbubble or whatever it is, and rank like the #1 spot because you're the first person to have a design up, and which is freaking amazing. Pretty cool, right? Now, for example, I came in here and just typed in Halloween shirt, right? Okay. It's going to tell you a ton of information and how it's trending over, past 12 months. You can edit any of this stuff past day. Let's say past 7 days, you can look at it and see, how it's doing, and the peaks and the highs and the lows and all that cool stuff. Let's come in here to, let's do the last 12 months, because I want to show you something. And then it tells you about, by the state and the US, stuff like that. And then it gives you related topics, which is really powerful right here. Okay. You want to see if you can find like some type of niche or idea that's trending really well right now. And maybe you can be the first one up by doing this. Okay. You can stay ahead. Like, Google Trends is pretty powerful because it gives you a ton of free information. Look at it. It's giving you a ton of free information. So let's say like if there's a funny saying in here, and you take that saying and then put it on a shirt, right? Of course, double checking, making sure everything's good and it's not, copyright. Obviously, you can't do Disney Halloween shirt unless you have the rights to it. But look at this Halloween Hawaiian shirt, right? So, like, if I took that phrase, okay, taking these two, and then like just did my research and came over here and searched that on Amazon, can I find Halloween Hawaiian, right? What can I find? Can I find anything mixed like with that? Yeah, look at, right? It's kind of like a Halloween theme with Hawaiian, which is really cool, and it has a decent BSR. Here, look at, see? You hear where I'm going out with this? That's pretty cool. I would never even thought about that. But by me doing that and researching it, I can see, okay, so if I turn a pineapple into like a theme of like a pumpkin and put the little face on it, right? That could be a niche. I never even thought about that, but that would be looks like it's a pretty good niche. So there's a niche idea for you right there. And it looks like not that many people have it. See how I did that? Pretty freaking powerful. Now, just going back over here to Google Trends, you can come over here and just, you can mess with it a little bit and see if there's anything popping up. Red Hawaiian shirt, you're seeing certain things. Sometimes certain things pop out right here, right? So let me go back one more. Let me go back. So Halloween shirt, right? As I come into here, let's look at, instead of the past 12 months, let's do the past 30 days. Okay, now you mixing that up is going to give us different ideas here. Pumpkin squash. Interesting. Let's do past 7 days. And what you want to do is keep messing with this, right? And when you're diving into a niche, you can get a ton of ideas in here. Purge Halloween costume, and it's showing us a lot of stuff that's trending right now, right? Like this is cool. Then you can come over here and just click the little side thing. You can get more information. White shirt with blood Halloween. Rinse and repeat. Just keep doing this in every single niche until you see something that's popped out. We already found one idea, right? Pineapple Halloween, right? A pineapple making turning into like a jack-o'-lantern or turning the pineapple into a pumpkin. That's an idea right there. Okay, that's very, very powerful. I probably end up doing that idea maybe. Right? So I think it's a really cool idea personally. Another thing too as well is coming over here to Google Alerts. You put this information in. So like, for example, let's say I want to create an alert for Halloween shirt, right? Okay, if I create this alert, at the end of the day, it's going to give me an update on what's trending on Google for Halloween shirt. Okay, so now it's a rinse and repeat process after that. So let's say you put, instead of Halloween, you want to do Thanksgiving, you want to do Christmas, or you want to do dabbing monkey, right? Think about it that way. If you do like just dabbing monkey or just monkey shirt, right? Just be very broad with it. You can find some of the best trending ideas before anyone else by doing this, by putting an alert on it. It will let you know and notify you, which is really, really powerful. Now, don't forget about the common trends, right? Because there are a ton of trends around the world, from holidays to events, right? Oktoberfest, there is Halloween, there is Christmas, there's Thanksgiving, there's Easter, there's birthday events, right? Birthdays are very big when it comes to any of like trends, like when someone turns 12, someone turns 11, right? Those are more, I guess you can say they're like in the middle between evergreen and trends, right? But any of those new niches, if you can catch that wave right before when it starts to trend up, if you can catch that right before it starts to trend up, you'll make a ton of money, right? I'm not a big fan of tracing trends no more, but I do have trends that have turned into evergreen niches. I make a design for Halloween, right? And then someone just wants to buy it in March for some reason. I'm just like, why are people buying this in March, right? And then next thing you know, it turns into a consistent seller, or it just sells every single month, right? So that's one way to like catch a trend. A trend will turn into an evergreen and make money for you over the period of time. There's nowadays in the US too as well, with the markets and stuff like that, there is a holiday, pretty much like a certain day for a certain thing every single day. So for example, Pi Day, right? 314, right? Pi Day is a niche that sells for me pretty much every single month, all right? And I have a consistent seller in there that's ranked number 1 in that niche, but it sold 3 times yesterday, 4 times the previous day, right? So think about it that way. When you're doing this type of stuff, think about, what can you design to stand out from everyone else? And that's what I thought about when I made that design. What can I do to stand out from everyone else and make something really unique, different, detailed, amazing, and then boom, it makes sales, right? So think about it that way. When you go into any of these niches, what can you do to be the best? Okay, that's so important, really, really important. Now, doing research on any of these print-on-demand platforms, like or just a shopping platform in general, like Amazon.com, Etsy, the list goes on and on, right? Walmart.com. You could probably just go over there and do some research too as well, and you can find some really awesome ideas or awesome niches. Merchresearch.com. If you type in merchresearch.com, this is going to pop up, right? And this is a free way to do research, and this is the way that I've done it since the very, very beginning, right? Since day one, since I started. If you go back and watch my very first YouTube channel, I show this, okay? So come over here, just, leave this all blank, pick the product, leave that blank, pick the marketplace, I just leave it like this, okay? Don't put nothing in here and press search, okay? This is going to populate, this is going to bring over here to Amazon and leave. It's going to basically leave like nothing, all t-shirt results, okay? All t-shirt results right here on Amazon, okay? So you don't have to worry about any other products popping up like a laptop or a computer, right? That's what I mean. So we're going to come over here to sort by and type in newest arrival. Basically, these are the ones that were just uploaded, and you can jump on trends by you doing this, but you have to be very careful, right? Trends can be very tricky sometimes, and they can confuse a lot of people, and it gets confusing. So this is why, one of the reasons why I kind of stopped doing trends as much, unless I know that I'm in the clear for it. If I feel some type of way about a design, I won't do it, okay? It's that simple for me. And that's just the way I feel. If I feel a certain way about it, I'm like, I'm not doing it. So what we're looking for is a BSR, something that is sold in a niche, right? And the idea is we're not copying the design. We're just saying, okay, there's a demand for this niche. This is selling right now, okay? And I'll show you an example if I can find something. So let's go, Brandon, right? Now, this is a trending niche right now, and it's crushing it on Amazon. Would I design for this? Probably not. I won't, because I think it's from like a NASCAR driver or something like that, and this is why it's trending so much. So you always want to do your search and check for it, stuff like that. I believe that's where that trend's coming from. I'm not too sure, but something like this, Let's Go Brandon, you want to research it, search it, and see what's going on. But it does have a BSR, so it is making sales. So Let's Go Brandon, for some reason, it's making sales. So one way to do it is just come over here and just do your research. Come over here to Let's Go Brandon. What the heck is this about? Right? Okay. Okay. See, I was wrong. Biden said something. Trend. Maybe I thought it came from that. Something like that. I thought it was That's where it came from. Okay, it's something like that. Okay, that's why one of the reasons why I don't get into the trends like that. But you get the idea, right? So coming in here and just doing research and figure out, okay, what's selling at this time and moment. Something like this, I wouldn't design for myself. I'm different. I think it says this. What's that say? I'm different, just like you. Huh, interesting. So that you can kind of see, like, okay, as I'm coming down here, what's going on? What the heck's going on? Here we go. Witches be sipping. Here we go. Right? Now you, of course, the little glittery, you want to be careful with this type of stuff, but this is just an example. Okay, I can find something else for you real fast. Witches be sipping. Let's do show all merch. See what's going on up here. 288 results. Okay, this niche right here. There's sell. Okay, that's Disney. Don't do Disney. Okay, sell. Okay, you get the point though. Think of, so like, wine. Funny ways to spew witches and put wine into it. You can literally create a consistent seller in this niche for Halloween next year or this year if you still have time, right? So think about it that way. As I'm coming into here and doing this type of stuff, what do I see over here that's popping out to me when I'm doing this type of search? What can I do? All right, and making sure that you're following the guidelines too with Merch by Amazon. I know they're a little in the gray area sometimes, but if it's something that Joe Biden said, right, with "Let's go Brandon," right, and you're in the clear and you're not infringing on anything, go for it, right? But if you're not in the clear, okay, don't do that. Don't do just because it's making sales. Yeah, I'm gonna make all kinds of money. I'm gonna jump on. Yeah, go. Yeah, do whatever you want, but don't, like, I'm trying not to get your account suspended or anything like that. So it's important that you follow the rules. But as in trending phrases for like Halloween and stuff like that, anything up and coming, you just, you got to do your research, do a Google search and see if it's okay for you to make a design for that. All right, here's a cool one I'm going to share with you guys. So go over here to Facebook ad library. Let's say you're doing research on social media, right? Let's say Facebook, for example. Come over here to ad library, right? Go to United States category. Go ahead and select all ads. And let's type in shirt. You can see I messed with this a little bit. Shirt. Okay, I typed in shirt. Now, these are all the active ads that are running on Facebook. You see how powerful this is? Because let's say this says right here, started running on October 5th, 2021. Let's say if they're running from like a longer period of time, let's say they're running for 3 months, 2 months, obviously they're doing something, they're making sales, right? This is happy Halloween. This is dope right here. This is cool. So and it will give you the information, the insight, like all this information right here where it's running and stuff like that. Copy ad link. Let's come over here. Let's click on see details. It's showing you the actual, the ad copy and stuff like that. Okay. Which is really freaking awesome. You can shop now. You can see that. Let's come over here to see ads. Click that. Okay. And it's going to show you all the ads that, the $13 shirt is running. You can see, this coffee mug. You can see just different types of shirts over here. So for example, let's copy this URL, bring it over here, put it in. All right, it's bringing me back over here. I want to see the actual ad. All right, so we can see it right here. Okay, it's giving us all the information right here, which is freaking amazing that we can see all this. There's a ton of information that we can get from here. Okay, as we're looking at all this, you can even just go back and maybe you didn't, there's more that you want to look at. Just keep going. There's a ton. Okay, and you're getting ideas from this. Tackle breast cancer. You can see what's trending right now, what's selling, and you can just do a reverse search like this to make sure that there's a demand for certain things that you're seeing over here. Let's say you want to, that phrase right here, you want to take it over to Amazon, paste it into the Amazon search bar and see if there's a demand by looking at the PSR and making sure that there's obviously, there's something there. But if they're running ads to it, and if they're running ads to it for a certain period of time, most likely they're making sales. Okay, because if they're running ads to it for a long time, there's no reason. Why would you run ads to something that's not making sales for you?
Why?
Because if it's not in the profit, why run ads to it? If you're losing money and running ads to it for 3 months, that doesn't make no sense. But if it is making money and you're running ads to it for 3 months, that's saying something, right? Okay, so it gives you a list, which is really cool, really freaking awesome. And I think you can find all kinds of niche ideas by doing this, right? So pretty powerful. Just use this right here. Just type in any keyword that you can think of, and just see what other people are designing, and see how they can, see what niches are doing really well, because you can find new niche ideas by doing this, right? So pretty powerful. If you guys haven't heard of this, check it out. It's the Facebook ads library, right? So you see exactly what I did. Go back and watch what I did. Check it out, and really powerful, amazing. Now you can see how powerful this is, right? It's really important that you do your market research before you jump into design for anything. Okay, you want to make sure there's a demand in that niche, because next thing you know, you'll be creating a ton of designs for a niche, and you don't like, they're not making any sales and you're not making any money. So you can see how powerful niche research is, right? There's always going to be something new popping up. There's always something happening in the world, and there's a new niche idea. Here's a new sport, new niche idea. You know what I mean? It's always something happening, so that you can never run out of niche ideas. And as you're doing research and stuff like that, you're finding new stuff. You're learning more about the world and how people like to buy certain things for certain, it's something that you would never even think of. People are buying it, right? And it's crazy the amount of information that we can get just by doing a simple search online. Now we have a ton of niche ideas, right? And one of the things that I recommend is always try to put a system in place for this, right? One day do research, next day do designing, okay? Whatever it is that you're doing, okay? So think about it that way. Try to put a system in place for yourself to make it more easier for you to understand and get ahead of your work, right? So with that being said, check out my next video up here. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. Peace out.